How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. We're back. We're back with one of the coolest shows that I've watched, Steins Gate. Woo! All right. Let me do this. Everybody, I got to fix that. What's going on? We're here. We're back. Another Monday. Another Steins Gate stream. Another day where I have to fight the temptations to keep watching on my own. This week especially was a little bit harder just because of the episode that could be coming up in the timeline, or the D-mail that we're trying to undo is one from Shining Finger. So that one is going to be the most... 4 episodes today? No way. No way. As hard as as difficult as it may be, I'm sticking to 2 episodes. As difficult as it's gonna be, I'm sticking to 2. I have things I have to do. I can't 4. You mean 5? No. Saturday and Sunday derailed so bad I lost my screen. Hold on, I gotta wait for it to come back. I wasn't able to get anything done that I needed to get done for the rest of this week. My screen went out again. It's never done that before. Let me pause this music before technology starts acting weird. Let me get all this stuff done. We're gonna start because I don't want to risk anything stopping. All right, Steins Gate episode 19. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give myself some more volume. Okay. Shining Finger! I did say to Chuns after last week's Steins Gate stream where she jumped. After last week's Steins Gate stream, I was thinking like how we were going back each time and we're trying to undo the messages that were sent. And I'm like, well, her message, or what we're told, her message was to not get a new phone. Like, don't get a new phone. I would go back and tell myself not to get a new phone. So I'm thinking, I'm like, her message isn't like that crazy. You could do that without, like, you could do that without talking to her. But then I ended the stream and I was sitting there and I'm like, wait a second. If she's a part of CERN, and she has been a part of CERN for the duration of this series, however long it's been since episode 1, she has been a part of CERN. So I think if they were already investigating Okabe and everyone else in the lab, the message must have been some sort of code that only she would understand. Therefore, she sends that back to herself, and it clues her in to the fact that these individuals are correct. They have figured something out, and you need to go ahead and resolve this. It just popped in my head after the stream, and I was like, I guess so. We'll see. Hey, Chuck. No. Hey. Sand is moving. It's but so. Yeah. Ah, clue us in. Clue us in. Endless apoptosis? Apoptosis? I don't know how to pronounce that. We're on the 15th now. Yep. Interesting. Okay. It's like he has to traumatize himself in order to get concrete facts on what's happening so that he can then do it. That's a code. It's a code. This is tense. This is tense. That's just the thing you needed. Need to hear that. Goodle. Arc rewrite. Interesting. 2 or 3 days. Was that in this world line? Did she jumped? What? What? Is that wait? Did she send oh, let me oh no. Whoa, that hit hearing her like panic like that. Hearing her nah. Hearing her panic like that hit my heart so hard just now. Not for real. It's unlocked. I wouldn't trust that. Shining thing, I come out! We gotta figure what's going on. Say something. Say something. Don't just like run up on her in her own house. FB, FB, FB. What? What? A loud crash and a struggle is not a good thing for you, Okabe. Don't do anything crazy. Oh no. Dude. Dude. Dog, she's screaming like a banshee. Oh my goodness. This isn't gonna work. That was a I feel like that was it's a code. I feel like it's a code. That message she sent was a code. I feel like it's not gonna work. I feel like the message isn't gonna work. We're gonna have to loop back again and then actually have to talk to her. I don't know. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It was a code. No? Yeah. That's not the message she sent. It's, oh my gosh. It's not the message. Think, 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 think. We take off. Take off and get back to the lab. Or there was wrong in the message. Think. She stopped. She stopped. She stopped. She stopped. She stopped. She stopped. Be careful. No. You gotta loot. You gotta go back. Yeah. Yeah. She stopped. You gotta do the dash. What in the world? Shut up, Obata! You gonna throw her out the... I was about to say, he's gonna throw her out the window? I thought he was gonna dump her out the window. This isn't a good look at all. This isn't a good look at all if anyone walks in. Not a good look. Hey, hey, hey. Ay, ay, ay. Holy crap. You lucky she didn't bite you, bro. Yeah, she bit him. I was about to say, you lucky she didn't bite him. Keep talking to her. They all end up remembering. Keep talking to her. I would have been like, headbutt the hell out you if you don't tell me what it is. CERN. It's CERN. But why? Red pill. Her Gmail stopped her from... What? He's red pilling the hell out of her right now. I didn't want to see that. This is freaking crazy. I wouldn't take my eyes off her for a second. How? Well, last time she talked to you, there was a woman screaming bloody mercy. She's on the floor. I feel like something terrible's about that. I feel like something terrible's about to happen. It didn't work again. It didn't work again. What is going on? What is happening? It didn't work again. Maybe. Because the first one might have had some code. FB. So we have to find out who FB is? Dang, he threw the phone at her. Gotta find Zuck. The train keeps on moving, yeah. I'm glad this didn't turn into a white knight moment. Where I was like, I'm gonna save you too. It's like, screw you. I can't stand you. It's like, screw you. I'm gonna use you. Just like you being used, I'll use you too. She gave it up? Oh, snap. What was the fact that, whoa, what? Ah! Ah! What would looking at her arms? Why would that trigger that for her to tell him where it was? Did that whole scene with them fighting and going back and forth? Not a good look. Not a good look at all. What's up, Dominic? Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. My mom called me a half an hour ago. That was at the start of this live stream. Oh, you gotta wait. It might. I think so. I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, but like, what is it? The effort that he's putting forth that makes her realize that. Excuse me. It's like we focus on the mark on her arm, and for whatever reason that like triggers like a response. Not the fact that he did it, but it's just like maybe it invokes some sort of memory or something, or maybe this is a setup. Maybe it's a setup. Maybe it's just like he's so desperate that I could walk him right into my trap card. Maybe it's something like that, and he's gonna go straight to there and just end up getting screwed. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Olivia Newton-John passed away. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. 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 All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to the locker. We're going to the locker. So he went back again, or no? No, he didn't go back again, right? We got to figure out who FB is. I can't help but feel like FB could be someone that we've ran across before. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. If it's Dadu again, I'd go crazy. Shining Finger. Huh, compelled to know the truth, huh? She looks pretty alright for getting slugged in the face. What is it, Mayuri? What is it? That would be tough. You killed her in one timeline. It's crazy to think about. Damn, raising it $500? This is the first time we've ever heard him speak like positively about him. Huh. That's the first time we've ever heard him speak positively about him. $50, not 500. My bad. $50. It's not 500. It's 50. My bad. I made a mistake. It's $50. Like $500. So that's crazy. I think I thought 500 because he's always so aggressive to him. It's 50. My bad. That thought had come and gone. If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have thought to say anything regarding it. M4. I would. FB. It would take everything in my power not to run down on him and beat him up in the middle of the street. It's smarter to tail him to see where he's going. You think FB is a woman. You don't know if FB is a woman. That was smooth. That was smooth. Tattoo? Really? Those guys from back then? With what's the girl's name? Why I forget her name? The Moe girl. Damn it. Hurry up! You folded. How did you do that? Damn. It's taking pictures of everybody. Guess I can't get mad if they're absolutely good at what's his face. There's no way. There's no way. Wait a second. Yeah, what the hell does this mean? Like, seriously. Someone pulled up. There's no way the camera on that phone is that good. And it's out of Japan? It's leaving. Yeah, it's out of Japan. Mr. Brown. I mentioned a little earlier. What if this FB guy is someone that we know? Now, he might not be FB, but he's involved, which is crazy to think about. I wonder if this is like Suzuha. Like Suzuha told him, so he joined them. Like maybe Suzuha told him what her mission was. Clued him in. Right, clued him in so that he could be involved in this whole thing, maybe? Who knows? He's never felt this nice before. Ever. Maybe since the whole Suzuha thing. It was him. It was him. Is he FB? Or is that just bullcrap? FB? FB? He's father. He's fatherly. So the parental thing that she felt was genuine. I said that. I said, what if the FB is someone that we met? And I'm like, we really haven't met anybody. Besides, like, Mr. I wish I would have said that. I would have been DX chopping if I said that. Damn. Damn. We gotta shoot our one. We gotta shoot our one, Mr. Braun. So who ordered So who ordered her to take the hit out on Mayuri? Wow. That's right. We moved world lines so that he doesn't even remember that. Yeah, we gotta shoot our one. I don't care about your backstory. Come on. We gotta shoot the one. We have to. Wow. Holy crap. Then I started blasting. Uh he's about to blow her away. Wow. Whoa. So what about us? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Wow. Wow. Oh, oh, oh. We gotta do it. She's a real one, yeah. She's real. She's real. He would have stumbled his way out of here. You have to say that in a motherly tone. We gotta say 0.57. Oh shit. Because she got the message from FB saying not to. Okay. I love that now he doesn't waste time. I like that. It can't be this easy. It can't be this easy. It can't be this easy. It cannot be this easy. Also, we keep saying that we undid all the D-mails. We didn't undo all the D-mails. This series started off with a freaking D-mail. Our original timeline was her dying. It wasn't until he texted Dadu and Dadu's phone was connected to the phone wave that we sent a D-mail and ended up where we, in the current timeline, we've been jumping back and forth between two. Like, we're nowhere near it. We aren't. Like, we are not. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into that, but I feel like yes. Wait. Did we ever tell her that? Wait. Yeah. We did tell her that. Did we? I don't remember. And a world line where she does. Shit. What choice do you make? What choice do you make? Nah, I couldn't forget about it. I could not forget about it. No way, I can forget about it. I can see if you did forget about that first D-mail. I could see if you did forget about this D-mail, that how that would rock you. I was just like, you gotta realize the fact that she died. Like, that D-mail happened. That kicked off this whole thing. Yeah, which one would you guys do? Would you stay in the world line where your childhood best friend dies, but the woman, because they're falling for each other. Every time they go back, they're falling for each other. The woman that you're slowly falling in love with is alive, but your childhood best friend that possibly means more than anything in this world dies. Or would you go back to the world line where the woman that you fall in love with dies and your best friend, childhood friend, stays alive? I was too caught up about this save my everything. In another world line, Nay, Braun's daughter, witnesses him shoot Moeka and himself, blames Okabe, and then joins CERN, only to come back in time and hunt them down. Really? Bruh, I can't. I don't know which one I choose. You never had to hear Tuturu again. I like when she says that though. I do. Well, this is the world line where the apocalypse happens, so that is true. Or no, the whole thing is we need to get the whole thing is we have to get back to the original world line in order to shift over the divergence point. Like that's what we have to do. So like that's what's happening. So it's like we have to get back to the original world line and then shift the divergence point over one so that we can jump clusters from the alpha to the beta. Right? Are we I forgot which one we're in, but you know what I mean, like to switch from one to the other. And I'm just sitting here thinking about it. How it was explained by Suzuha. How it was explained by Suzuha is the fact that we're in the either the alpha line or the beta line, whichever one we're in. The other line is the complete opposite. I'm gonna kill this song. And I'm gonna start up my other playlist. World line A, Christina gets stabbed. World line B, Mayuri dies. Apocalypse happens. Forgive me if I'm not mistaken, but see, now I want to go back and rewatch that episode. We've always been in if we've always been in the same cluster. Even from that very first episode, we were in the same cluster. Right? I feel like I need to go back to like confirm that. But that world line was still in the same cluster as every single world line that we've been jumping back and forth into. So even in the world line in which Kurisu gets stabbed, if I'm like correct in my way of thinking, eventually in that world line, no matter how much it twists and turns and differs, we will eventually get to the point where CERN takes over the world. No? The first email is when he went from A to B? Really? I'm going back. That's just me not remembering. I'm going back. I need to see. That's what this episode is telling us? I I'm just thinking about like how Suzuha explained it to us. Because I was under the impression that Mayuri's death is the it's the constant that's going to continue happening in every single world line. Like that's destined to happen, and we need to move to the other cluster in order to not have that happen. And I was just thinking in my head, like, if Mayuri is destined to die in this cluster, and there's like this whole 70 million years ago thing with her, with Okabe and Mayuri, whatever the hell it was, I was thinking that if Mayuri was destined to die, and those two are the most important, if Mayuri is destined to die in this cluster, even if we push past the divergence point to get to this other cluster, we would that would instantly flip everything on its head, because it would be the opposite of this cluster. Like if she's destined to die in this one, if we go to the other one, that's not like she's not destined to die in that one. I would assume that it would flip the other way, and Okabe would be the one that's in trouble when we go to that world line. I don't know. That was just my thinking. That could be completely wrong, but I was thinking or under the assumption that this right here was the same timeline, same world line or cluster. It was the same cluster as every single other one that we've been looking at. Okay. I need to see if we get some numbers on this shift. 0.57124. 0.57124. That's exactly the one that we left off on. We shifted right here. Now if I come back, no, 0.5711046. Did I read that? Hold on. That was point. That fast. My brain just completely farted. 0.5711046. That was fast as hell. It definitely ended in 2-4 though. Point 0.5711024. 0.5711024. He's extremely close. Like he's damn near in the same. That's Tower of God. He's damn near in the same world line. It's like extremely close to where he was in the first episode. Extremely close. Which makes me feel like we have, like, in order to get back to this exact world line, we have to undo that. Which means she ends up dead. Yeah, because if, like, if I'm understanding it the right way, we have to get back to that world line and then get Daru to do all of the IBN 5100 stuff so that we then can push the divergence point over 1, then pushing us into the new timeline. Yes, this is 0.571024 is the number that it goes to after the first D-mail shift. The number that we just went to at the end of episode 20 was 0.571046. It's extremely close. Alpha cluster is 0 to 0.9 and beta cluster. So we're in alpha. Okay. Beta cluster is 1 to 1.9. So it's like right now we're in alpha, and seemingly, I don't know. I can't say we weren't in alpha at the start of this because we have no idea. We just know that after the D-mail sent, we ended up with a 0.57. We don't know what the original world line was. We only know what the world line was post D-mail shift, like both post D-mail being sent, and we shifted. So like the second half of episode 1, we know what that timeline was, or what world line number that was. But before it was sent, we don't know what world line number that one was, unless it was hinted to us somewhere in the episode. We don't know. Now, okay, so my question, now I'm trying to think, what exactly was the message that Okabe sent to Daru? It says, trouble to Daru, looks like someone stabbed Makise Kurisu. Yeah, we have to get out of the Alpha cluster to save Mayuri. So the whole point of this is that we have to get back to our original timeline before. And you know what? Is it possible? Is this even possible? This might not be possible. Because Okabe said that the first time his reading Steiner activated was when he was sick as a kid. So even if we get back to this moment in the first episode, we need to go back to when he was a kid in order to, like, before all these shifts happened. So it's like, would this even be far enough? Like, would we get to this point, try to do whatever we needed to do, and it doesn't work? And then he realizes that, no, it happened before once as a kid. I need to figure out why it happened as a kid. Because the first one that we experienced in the show was this one. But the first one that our characters experienced was when he was a kid. So it's like, which one are we defaulting to? Are we defaulting to episode 1, or are we defaulting to pre-episode 1? I don't know. It makes me feel like it makes me feel like, yeah, when he was a kid, he said the first time his reading Steiner activated was when he was sick as a kid. And it activated when he had like a really high fever or something. I can't remember what episode that was in, but I would 100% remember that. 100% I remember that. So, and he said it was his reading Steiner. If it was the same feeling that he feels during this, that was the first one. So it's like someone was tampering with it, or maybe he died or something. I don't know. What if someone went through the, like, what if in the beta cluster, Okabe is the one? Yeah, they were doing experiments since the 70s, I want to say. But what if in the beta cluster, Okabe was destined to die, and in the beta cluster, they were going through the trouble of trying to save Okabe because he was destined to die. It worked, and they ended up divergent shifting into what our alpha cluster is, maybe. And that resulted in him not dying as a kid, and now he's gonna grow up just to try to push us back into the beta line because Mayuri's gonna die. I don't know. That's big brain. I want to write that down because last time I big brained in this series and wrote something down, it was right. So I want to write it down for that simple fact because it's so big brain it could be right, but it could 100% be completely wrong, and I'm off. But I don't know. It's just we might go through this issue. We might have to watch him make the tough decision to choose Mayuri over Kurisu, and realize that even in making that decision that hurts his heart, it still wasn't enough, and he has to go back even further. Because I don't remember if his relationship with Mayuri was as close as it was when his reading Steiner first activated. So then we might actually have to get to the point where if we do have to go back that far to when he was a kid, that he would even sacrifice his relationship with Mayuri just so that she could live, even if he can't be friends with her, even if the relationship isn't as good as it is. I don't know. I don't know. This damn show is too good. It is too good. It's too thought-provoking. That's a good one. I gotta write. I'm writing that one down. I have to hold on. I have to write that one down. I have to write that one down. Let me put it in my notepad first before I forget. I have to write that down. Okabe. Okabe reading Steiner activated when sick as a child. Okay, that's first part. What if he needs to go back that far? Next one. If Mayuri is destined to die. Because I feel like it makes sense if we can perform events in D-mail and move the world lines to push past the barrier. It makes sense that you would be able to perform events, which we have seen because each time we've sent a D-mail and shifted world lines, our number has gone lower and lower and lower and lower. So if, for whatever reason, someone in the beta cluster was trying to force themselves to go into the alpha cluster, they could do a bunch of degenerate things to force themselves to getting into the alpha cluster. I feel like that makes sense. If we can force our way into another cluster, it should be able to be both ways. If my area is destined to die in alpha cluster, what if Okabe? I really call him Okabe now instead of Kyoma. I just realized that. And I exclusively called him Kyoma for like the first half of the series. What if Okabe is destined to die in beta cluster? Next one. What if, how did I word that? What if people in beta cluster moved divergence under 1.0 to save Okabe, which is what the reading Steiner activation was when he was sick as a child. Okay. I got all that down. All right. Okay. I don't know. I'm going big brain for that. My head kind of hurts just a little bit. These are 2 strong episodes, man. It's doing everything in my power not to keep watching, because I feel like at the end of next episode, it'll be crazy. I feel like this is like the perfect spot to leave off on. It's going to be hard as sin to not keep watching. Now, I will say, out of every single show that I've done on the channel, ever since starting to do like 1 stream a week, because before I used to do multiple streams a week for a show, like since going to this 1 stream a week method that I've been doing, this has been the hardest show. This has been the hardest show to not watch after I finished it. There have been other times where I'm like, man, I wish I could keep going, but this one is literally like around Wednesday, Thursday, I'm like, dude, like I'm really about to say screw it and watch. It's like that. It gets that bad. I've never experienced that with any of the shows. That wasn't like a live show that I literally I can sit here and watch the rest right now. I've never had this feeling like this where it's so intense to keep watching. It's best just to watch it in pairs from this point on. Okay, you could and should watch the OVA after episode 24. I'll plan for that. So it should be 21, 22, and then 23, 24, and then I'll do the OVA as well. And then the following week we'll start Steins Gate 0, right? That's when I should do that. Okay. Maybe the way just watch 21, 24 right now. 23B, then Steins Gate 0. Okay. So that's the plan. So it'll be, we got 2 more weeks of Steins Gate, and then we'll move into Steins Gate 0. And Steins Gate 0 is the same episode count as it's there's a movie? What? Then Steins Gate 0 is still The same episode count, 20, 24-ish, 24-ish. OVA ties into the movie. Okay. I watched all of this in 3 days, by the way. You were hooked. You were hooked. If I wasn't doing this on the channel, I would have been done with this. Like, same thing. Maybe 3 days, 4 days, something like that. Absolutely. I'd be doing like 7 episodes a clip. For real, for real. Or if I get like in a real good binge session, I'll do like maybe 6 or 7 episodes, call myself stopping, and right, call myself stopping, go back and double up for like another like 5 or 6 episodes. Steins Gate Zero is 23 plus in OVA. Okay. I watched this in a day. I've never been able, the last series I tried, like the last 25 episode series, I tried to binge in one sitting was Guilty Crown. And I was like, I'll never binge a series like this again. Because as I like got towards the end, I'm like, dude, like I felt like I was burning myself out on it really fast. I'm not a binge person. Right? I'm not like a huge binge person. I have to go on like clips and then I'll feel the need to keep watching. I'm getting too old to marathon like that. Me too. I be getting restless. I mean, like, man, it's like I want to keep watching, but I'm like, I want to go outside. I want to do stuff. Maybe I just haven't found the perfect series that's worthy of me binging. Like, in like 25 episodes, not moving. Maybe. I don't know. These 2 episodes are strong, though. These 2 episodes were strong. I'm like very surprised how we did 1 episode. Her name just popped in my head just like that. I couldn't remember for the long way. This whole stream. Ferris, like the 1 episode with Ferris, like undoing her D-mail felt really like strong. And I'm like, man, they really like knocked that out of the park. And then the same thing with Ruka. The board is set on the summertime rendering side. Ruka, like the same thing. I'm like, they did that good for an episode. Same thing with Shining Finger 2. It's like one episode. I'm like, man, granted, like uppercut her, but still, I feel kind of bad for her, just a tiny bit, not extreme, but I feel just a little bit bad for her. I'm like they've done a really effective job at expressing how these characters feel and expressing like why they did what they did in just 1 episode. I really like, that's really well done. It was really well done. My next binge is either Vinland Saga or Cowboy Bebop. Do Bebop. And after you do Bebop, do Samurai Champloo. Do it. Do Bebop next. Do Bebop next. I'm not saying Vinland is bad, but I'm saying already watch Champloo, then do Bebop. Do Bebop. Champloo's so good. I love Champloo. Do Bebop. Not saying Vinland is bad, because Vinland, I had a really good time watching Vinland. Vinland was one of those ones where it's like, it's on Amazon. They released the first 3 episodes, and I watched the first 3 or first 4 or something like that. I watched them, and then like for whatever reason forgot that, because it was on Amazon and it was the only thing that was on Amazon, and I forgot about it until like I think it was done, and I was like, let me go back and finish, and I was like, man, that was really freaking good. Vinland is really good. I say Bebop just because of it's Bebop. It's one of those, like, it's Bebop. Watch Bebop. All right, I'm getting out of here because I felt the babble about to happen. I was really about to just go babbling about stuff, and I don't feel like doing that. I'm gonna get out of here, short and sweet and to the point. Thank you guys. I appreciate you for hanging out. Have a good rest of your Monday or Tuesday, wherever you are. I guess I was supposed to edit all this podcast stuff for tomorrow. I'm not gonna get it done. I might have to take tomorrow off. I may take tomorrow off. And do it tomorrow morning. So yeah, that's it. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good weekend coming up, and hopefully, God willing, I see you guys back here next Monday for episodes 21 and 22. This is gonna be tough. I can feel it. This is gonna be tough to hold on. We got to do it. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. Have a good one again, and I'll see you. Peace out.